Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. So I'm back from my little hiatus that I was on. I took a break from filming videos for a whole week so that I could get caught up on other things. And it seems like during the week that I took off, all the makeup companies decided to drop all their new makeup. And you guys had a ton of requests for new things to try. And so we're just going to play with makeup today. I'm going to do a full face using mainly new things and things that you guys have asked about. And it's drugstore and high-end. I didn't stick to, one or the other. It's just kind of a mix of things, and I'm hoping to find some great things in this collection of makeup that I have in front of me. All right, let's start with primers. I've got two new primers, one for the face, one for the eyeshadow. The face one is from IT Cosmetics. It's a gripping primer. I'm going to try this on one side of my face and we'll see if it actually grips the makeup better than on the other side. So I'll put it over here. Really pale pink creamy primer. It's so pretty. Looking at the ingredients, it has quite a few silicones, which always makes me a little bit nervous because sometimes the silicones react with my oils because I have a slightly oily T-zone and they start making my makeup slide around. I'm also hoping that it is going to be smoothing. All right, so let's remember, primer on this side of the face, no primer on this side. Then the eyelid primer I have is from Anastasia. This was kind of an impulse purchase on my way to the register at Ulta. Oh, that is white. Okay, that is way too much. So I took out this much, put it on the back of my hand, and now, wow, this really feels like very thick, very sticky, very paste-like, which, could be good. And it's very white, so if you're trying to get really good color payout from your eyeshadow, then a whitish base can help you to do that. So the foundation I picked up to try today is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. You guys have been asking me to review this. A lot of people have been saying that it is a lot like the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream or the Bye Bye Foundation. It does look kind of similar to it in the packaging. They both have an SPF 50, which is similar, but the difference is that this one has an all mineral SPF 50. This one is an all chemical SPF 50. The sunscreens in here are homosalate, octisalate, and octocrylene. Alcohol denatured is the fourth ingredient. Right after the denatured alcohol is niacinamide, which is an antioxidant, so that's great, helps to brighten your skin. It also has vitamin E and caffeine. It does have fragrance and limonene in it, so comparing it head to head to like the Bye Bye Foundation or the IT CC Cream, it doesn't have quite the same anti-aging or skin-loving ingredients that this guy does, and it's more of a mixed bag, but this is definitely a heavier, more makeup-y look. This is definitely a much more natural look. The shade I have this in for today is 220 Natural Beige. I just kind of guessed. I hope it's going to be okay. Let me just put some over here to see if we think it's going to be good. It might be slightly, I don't know, it looks kind of greenish, but whatever. Let's give it a go and see how it is. So I have a new brush set to put this on with. I usually don't put on my foundation with a brush, and that's because I haven't found like a foundation brush that I really love besides the Clairsonic brush, but these are by BK Beauty, and this is a brand that a friend of mine here on YouTube has launched. Her name is Lisa J over at Lisa J Makeup, and so if you don't know Lisa J, I'll put the link to her YouTube channel down below in the information box, and I'll also link you to BK Beauty where you can get the brushes. They are so soft and so gorgeous, but her foundation brush I'm really hoping is going to be so awesome because I have never seen a foundation brush like this. It's got this tapered head, and her recommendation is that you use the bottom part of the brush to press your makeup into your skin and then drag with these softer bristles. Let's give it a go with this. I'm going to just pick up a little bit of the foundation here on it. I just thought this was such a cool shape and such a cool idea for a brush. Ooh, it's really soft. Oh my gosh, and really nice. So far, I mean, I think it looks pretty nice. The foundation looks really nice. Looks like it applied really well. So let me just take a look at it in my up-close mirror. Okay, you guys, I think this brush is fairly genius. The foundation is just blended so beautifully. There is not a brush mark or a streak anywhere, and that was always kind of the problem I had with most foundation brushes, is that they would leave streaks and marks in the foundation. As far as the foundation goes, I think it's really, really pretty. It does have a nice luminosity to it. It does have a nice skin-like finish. It doesn't look like makeup sitting on the surface of my skin. It seems to be giving fairly sheer coverage, but I am just going to try to build it up a tiny bit more on the fronts of my cheeks, just a little bit right here where my age spot is, where I think my nose still looks a little bit pink. I think that just looks so, so pretty. Okay, so far 2 winners, yay, so excited about that. For the under eye concealer, I got something that I know you guys are excited about. It's the Jeffree Star Concealer. I actually had bought this a while ago, but the only shade that was available then that I thought would be okay for me was this one, C11, which is way too light for me. So the shade I've been waiting for to come back online hasn't, so I did grab C17 thinking that this could be okay, or that I could mix them just to do the review for you guys. So let me go ahead with C17 and we'll see how that looks. I just feel like this and this aren't going to go because the foundation's a little greenish and this is a little pinkish. Hopefully it's going to be okay. Well, that sure blends nicely. You know what? This isn't that like pinky after all. So this is nice. The doe foot doesn't pick up like a ton of product. All right, now I always have to stop and look at everything in my up-close mirror, so let me go ahead and do that, and then I will let you know how this looks. It looks beautiful. It is so crease-free and nice looking. I mean, check it out. I feel like the coverage is pretty good, but I feel like I could add just a tiniest bit more at the inner corners. I'm just going to take the tiniest dot right there and right there. So that's where most of my under eye discoloration tends to be. You know, I don't really have discoloration under there. What I have out there is wrinkles, so I like to put hardly any under eye concealer over there. I do want to set that right away. I got the Jeffree Star setting powder to go with it. I got it in the shade beige. I like a smaller brush for doing my under eye concealer setting, so I'm going to use this one from the Luxie brush kit that I've been talking about a lot lately that I got in the Nordstrom sale. So you open it, you shake out the amount that you want, then you twist it to close, and once it's closed, no more powder's coming out. So that's awesome. And I just take the tiniest bit of setting powder and just press it there, and then I give it a second to set up before I dust it away. So it's almost like a little mini bake. I do feel like the foundation also needs a little bit of setting right up in here, but I think I might just use a little bit of the concealer. I'm just going to put a little concealer there to kind of brighten it. I'm going to put a little concealer down my center of my nose to kind of do a little contouring there, and just a little bit right here on my chin. And I'm just going to blend those in, I guess with the foundation brush. I'm going to use the longer hairs on it with the kind of dragging motion and blend that in. And this, I just want it to come straight down the center of my nose to kind of make my nose look a little straighter. And here I just want to pull these up to kind of brighten this area in the center of my forehead. Those two are working so well together. I am just going to set right here in the center of my forehead, because that's where I tend to be a little bit oily. I don't really like to be shiny on my upper lip. This has a scent to it. Oh, I think I remember reading that this was supposed to smell like cotton candy. Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting the cotton candy scent. I didn't get anything new for the contouring palette, but I did want to use a palette that I talked about in my last faves and fails that I haven't used, I don't think, in a tutorial yet, and it's something that I've been loving. This is the Covergirl Trublend Serving Sculpt palette. This is in the color 500 Bloom Babe. So I'm going to go ahead and use the 102 brush. I just love how big and floppy this is for the bronzer. I love something that's going to actually diffuse it out, and that's what this brush is supposed to do. And I love the color of this bronzer. I just think it's so pretty. It's matte, it's not muddy, it's not too dark, it's not too warm. There is a smaller brush that she has here that has the crimp here that you are supposed to use for like sculpting right in there. But I like to just use the same brush. I actually like to kind of have one brush be for one purpose, so this will become my bronzer brush. But just to do the sculpting here, I just squeeze the brush head together, and then that's a good way to have just one brush for each function. That really applies it just so nicely. So I'm going to use the 104 brush again. Oh my gosh, so soft. And did I mention that these are all vegan and cruelty-free, and also that a portion of your purchase goes towards the kindness campaign, which is a charity that helps children to learn to be kind to each other, and it's pretty much like an anti-bullying campaign. All right, and then I'm going to use the 103 brush for the highlighter, and I've been loving this highlighter so much. So I'm just taking it and going like a straight line from the top of my cheekbone right down to the front of my cheek. Aren't those so pretty? Like, they just all go so well together. All right, let's switch over to the eyeshadow. The palette I got for today is from Benefit. I've never used a Benefit eyeshadow, or at least it's been 1,000 years. But I saw this palette and I thought, oh, that actually looks easy. So it's called the Easy Smokin' Eyes. It's got 4 shades of eyeshadow in it, and it also comes with 2 reasonably good looking brushes to use. I'm going to use Lisa's brushes just because I want to try all the brushes today. This is the number 203 brush. I'm going to go in with the lightest shade here first. Ooh, that is a really pretty color. And it's going on so nicely. All right, good job, Benefit. So far, color 1 anyway. So then for the second shade, I think I'm going to go into this one for in the crease. I like a smaller brush to place the eyeshadow, and then I like to use a clean brush to blend it. So you guys, my little staycation was so productive. I got so much done. I think I told you before I went that I had over 500 comments on my blog that I had never answered. I did manage to whittle that down from 500 questions unanswered to under 300, so I did make a good dent in that. This color goes on a lot lighter than I thought it would. I was actually kind of afraid of this color, that it would be too dark, but I think it's not. So let me just go ahead with the bigger, more diffuse brush. So I'm going to go in with the darkest shade on the smaller brush. I'm just going to put that a little bit more at the outer corner. I'm going to Target with my daughter next. She needs a vacuum cleaner for her new apartment. So I gotta go buy her a vacuum cleaner. And there's a couple other things on my list. Of course, gotta always be checking out makeup and skincare. So I'm gonna go in with this tiny smudger brush. I really wanna kind of darken up along the lash line here. And I'm gonna go into the gray color here. Just pick up a little bit on the end of that. I'm just gonna bring this down underneath my lower lashes. And I'm going to go back to the big crease shader brush and blend that out a little bit more. All right, what do we think? I think it's pretty. I mean, I don't think it's an earth-shattering palette, but I think if you're a beginner, this could be a really good like starter palette. You know, if you want to do something shimmery, it's not going to give you that, but you can always add a shimmery thing afterwards. Like I have these little Sephora eyeshadows, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of this with the one brush from Lisa's set that I didn't use, which is the 205 shader. This is like an angled shader, and I'm just going to pop it right in the center of my eyelid and then over to the right just to give this a little shimmer. Ooh, that's actually really pretty. Okay, I also grabbed a couple of new eyeliners from Stila. I have a friend who swears by the Stila liquid liners, and they also had some pencils, and they're supposed to be waterproof. The liquid is in Intense Smoky Quartz, and the pencil is in Vivid Smoky Quartz. So let me start with the pencil, because I always like to do the waterline first. This is really a thin pencil. This is nice. And then I'm going to try to do the liquid liner on screen. Holy cow, wish me luck. It's so hard to do, and I haven't done it in a while. I've kind of taken a break from liquid liner all summer. So this could be dicey. What the heck, we're all friends here, right? If I make a mistake, you won't hold it against me? All right, I feel like now I know why my friend likes this so much. Oh my gosh, this is such a sharp little brush. You know, I love a sharp brush on an eyeliner. That's good. I think that may make me happier even than the Clinique one that is my favorite, and it went on so easily and so nice. Okay, so I usually will do a different eyeliner underneath, and this is one that I told you about in my recent faves and fails. These are the Essence waterproof eyeliner pencils. They're called Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil, Easy Glide, and Waterproof. And this one is in, what is this called? Rock and Taupe. So I'm going to use this on the lower waterline. I'm just going to take that and run it below my lashes on this side. Oh, it needs to be sharpened. And then for the lashes today, this I was sent in PR. Lancome sent me their entire mascara vault. I actually sent my two favorites away in the 500,000 subscriber giveaway, which I just shipped the box this morning out to Angie, who was the winner. So she's getting the Definicils and the Sil Booster, and that combo used to be my all-time favorite mascara until I found the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Knockout Mascara. But this one, I don't know, lately it hasn't been doing it for me. I don't know what the deal is. So anyway, I thought today we would try something from the vault. And the one that I'm kind of most interested in is this one, because this is like the oscillation one. This one had like a little tab here, and I was like, what the heck? Is this a battery-powered mascara? So I was fascinated by this one. So yes, Lancome makes a battery-powered mascara. I don't know if you could see it, but the brush, when I press, let me just press the power button, the brush vibrates. So I was like, huh, okay, gimmick or cool. So let's give it a go. I'm gonna try to put on vibrating brush mascara. Okay, wee. All right. It is actually, I can feel it vibrate. Oh my gosh, it feels so weird, you guys. It actually vibrates your lashes right down to the core. And it feels very, very strange. I don't know, I can't say I love it, but. So take a look at the eyelashes. It didn't slop mascara all over my eyelids, I don't think. Like pretty eyelashes, right? They're not clumpy. They're long. They're not the most voluminous, but I think they look good. And sadly already the Jeffree Star is giving me just the tiniest bit of creasing at the inner corners where I have my like those little diagonal shark bites, but it's not bad. I'm going to say it's better than most, and no, you can't see it from a distance. Only I can see it in my 15x mirror, so I'm going to give that a pass for a few minutes. Now I have an eyebrow product that was sent to me in PR. I just picked up this PR package today from Covergirl. It had a whole mess of new makeup in it, but this was the one thing that I pulled out because it was the only thing that I didn't have for the video today, is a brow product that's new. So this is the new Covergirl Easy Breezy Brow. And this is in the shade Light. Oh my gosh, this is teeny tiny. This really is reminding me a lot of the Benefit Brow Wiz. Okay, so there's the Benefit, and there is the Covergirl. Should we use one on each eyebrow and see which one comes out better? Do a little head to head. I'll let you guys be the judge of which one you think looks better. This is the Covergirl eyebrow. And this is the Benefit Gimme Brow. So I actually have two lip things from L'Oreal. Both of these were sent. Rouge Signature Parisian Sunset are these guys, and this one is Les Macarons liquid lipstick. And I'm not sure which one I want to try. I'm wearing this nice bright orange top today, so I guess if there's an orangey color I could try to coordinate with my top. I mean, the eye is certainly neutral enough, right? All right, so I think the one that would go best with the top is this guy here. Always nervous about matte liquid lipsticks, right? All right, this shade is called Mademoiselle Mango. Not sure that I'm loving the shade. It actually feels creamy. It doesn't feel super matte or super dry yet, so we will see how it wears. Okay, so there's the makeup look. Let me go to Target with my daughter, get a few things. I'll come back, we'll check in on it again. All right, you guys, I'm outside Target. I just did a little back to school shopping with my daughter, so I thought I'd take a look at the makeup in natural light. It's definitely not as luminous as I thought it was in my office with the lights on and everything. Hey guys, I am back from Target. Got daughter a vacuum cleaner and some other stuff that she needs for her new apartment, and have worn the makeup for a couple of hours. I think it's about, let's see, it's about 6:15 now, so I'd say it's been on for about 3 hours. Yeah, the lippy is wearing really well. At Target, I did pick up the Dream Urban Cover in a different shade. This is 130 Buff Beige to try. I just am not digging this shade. I think I might take it off and reapply. And what else did I get there? Ooh, they had Makeup Geek at my Target, so I grabbed a couple of Makeup Geek things. Oh, one is a lippy. So that's the lipstick. Let me see what that looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. There. And then this is the other Makeup Geek thing I tried. It's this beautiful foiled eyeshadow, and that just comes in this little pot. The shade I got was Tin Man, and it's kind of a purplish shade right here. Tin Man. Nice, right? But let me take this lippy off because I think it's just a little much, and then I will give you the report on the rest of the makeup and how it is wearing. Oh my gosh, you guys, this won't come off. I did my usual trick, which is just to put some lip gloss on over it, and that usually takes it right off. No. Let's see if oil will get it off. Oh my god. I have to wear this forever. Well, if you guys want a long-lasting lippy, the L'Oreal Infallible, put it on, it's not coming off. I ate a meal, I had 2 drinks. This stuff is on there forever. All right, I finally got it off. You know what finally took it off? Hylamide High Efficiency Facial Cleanser. Okay, so I need to touch up my makeup around here. I did want to either take off this too dark makeup or put on the lighter color. I'm not really that pleased with the Anastasia eyelid primer. I don't feel it really locked the colors into place. I feel like the eyeshadow has faded quite a bit already, so not very happy about that. But I think I will go ahead and put on some more of this because I feel like this is a little bit dark on me, the color that I used before, 220. There, am I looking more like a color that belongs to me, or am I just making a hot mess? Let's try the Makeup Geek. That's pretty, it feels nice and creamy. Let's see what this looks like. Old Tin Man. I mean, I gotta say, for a foundation that I put on 2 coats of it and 3 coats of setting powder, it looks remarkably like skin-like and natural, so pretty darn happy with the foundation. Even though I have just completely changed this look, which, you know, happens when you're playing with makeup. I don't think my face is like completely not matching my body now. It's not exactly quite right, but that's okay. But I mean, look at me, I'm going out like this because these are not coming off either, so. I'm a swatched up mess, but I'm going out to get a bite to eat. I will come back afterwards. We'll see if the gripping primer helps the makeup, or if this is just long wearing, if it's making any difference on the pores. We'll see how everything else wears, and then we'll wrap this video up. So I'll see you in a few hours. Hey you guys, I'm back. It's 11 p.m. now, so I've had the makeup on for 8 hours. I went out with a couple of girlfriends, and I told them I was testing makeup today and that I had primer on one side and no primer on the other, and asked them if they could tell. They both guessed that this was the primer side, so I was pretty impressed with that. They both felt like this side of my face looked more luminous than this side, and so that's how they could tell that this side was the primer side. So I guess the gripping primer has done something to help the makeup, although I feel like this makeup is pretty long wearing on its own, although I did like kind of reapply a bunch of it after 3 hours, so this is really only 5 hours wear of the second application, but it's really not worn off anywhere. I think it still looks pretty darn good. So I want to do a full foundation Friday on this because I want to try it with a couple of other things, and you know, just to see how it does with some other application. But yeah, I think this is really great, and so far I think this is good. I'd like to try this with a foundation that I know wears off quicker to see if it really does grip it and help it to stay in place. I can't say that I really fell in love with the eyeshadow palette. This was okay for me. I feel like for a beginner matte palette it's really pretty, and you could definitely get some good eye looks out of it, but I think it was kind of dragged down by the Anastasia eye primer, which I don't think was really that great because it didn't give me super good color payout from the eyeshadows, and it also didn't help to glue them in place. Like, they definitely faded after just like 3 or so hours. The other thing that I like a lot is going to be the Jeffree Concealer. Even though it has creased a little bit, It really hasn't worn off at all, and that's been on there for a full 8 hours, and I think that that is still looking solid and good. So if you have darkness, then this is going to be your new best friend. This is probably the best concealer that I've worn, because usually they wear off after 5 hours in my inner corner, even with a primer, and then I have the darkness showing through. So this was really great at covering. It does crease a little bit, but not that bad, I gotta say. Even using it like down my nose and on other parts of my face, I just thought this was easy to blend. It looked really great, so this I think was a real winner. I am a little bit disappointed in the Jeffree Star powder. It didn't really keep my face from getting luminous. I used it a couple of times throughout the day, so wasn't loving this. Of the two eyebrow products, I would definitely give the win to the Benefit Gimme Brow. This brow just feels like brow hairs, you know, it looks good, but it feels normal. The, whoops, that's a lipstick, where is it? The Covergirl brow feels chunky, it feels heavy. It was itchy for a while. I just didn't really love this Covergirl product, but I did love the Gimme Brow. That seems great. If you're looking for a long wear lippy that is fairly matte, but not a flat matte, not a drying matte, that doesn't make your lips look really wrinkly, and the lipstick doesn't spread up into your wrinkles, then this is great. This L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick. This was really awesome. It stayed in place. It was really hard to get off. I also really liked the Makeup Geek lipstick. And then of course the Makeup Geek Tin Man Foiled Pigment. This is beautiful. The mascara really impressed me, that oscillating mascara. While I think it's a little bit of a gimmick, I think the formula is better than Definicil's, because it's been on there for 8 hours and it hasn't chipped, it hasn't flaked, it hasn't smudged, it's still in place. My lashes look good. I love that. And I really like the two eyeliners. The last thing that I tried for you guys was this CoverGirl palette. I love this palette. I've been using it all summer. It's been kind of my go-to face palette, so that's been really great. Really a successful makeup day. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, found it helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As always, I thank you so much for your time and really appreciate your watching. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.